But once they, I'm sorry, but to answer your other question, once they come in, the first thing they come in, when they come in, they get assigned to whatever their cell is going to be. And so, from the gang's point of view, the first thing they're going to ask is they're going to ask who you roll with as far as a gang, and then they'll move your cell and put you in a cell that's in a gang in a place where you one of your gang people are, or if you're in a on a cell with a bunch of opposing people, you don't have a chance. They're going to take everything you got.
What if it's somebody that's not in the gang at all? How does that go?
Then it's all it is. Oh, if you're not in the gang, you have to submit to the politics of whatever gang is in charge. And if somebody wants to take something from you, then it's all about how well you can defend yourself. And I'm talking about whether they want to take your commissary or whether they want to take your belongings or take your food or take sex. It just depends on you on how well you could defend yourself.
Do the people who are neutral or not in the gang, do they kind of band together, stick together, or is it just literally if you're not in the gang, you're on your own?
Oh, if you're not in the gang, you're on your own. There's no neutral. Neutral? Nobody's doing that. Because number one, they're scared. Number two, not everybody who comes into the jails or to the prisons, not all of them are tough. Not all of them know how to fight. Some of them know how to fight. Some of them don't. And the intellect or the I guess the academic achievement, it goes from all the way from being a doctor to being a person who probably never graduated from elementary school. So you don't want to be stuck making a bond trying to defend somebody who's stupid or who does foolish things. Yeah.
Got it. And so, are there any drugs or cell phones in prisons that get into the hands of the inmates?
Oh, yeah.
How do they get them?
Officers bring them in for them.
And what do the officers get in return?
Usually money or some officers have been in gangs previously. So it's a brotherhood thing where they're doing this for them, or some officers are looking for, especially if a person's either a gang member, gang leader, or a drug dealer, drug leader, they get favors. Somebody drops money off to somebody they know on the outside or whatever it is. This it's all sorts of commerce and the way things change hands in there. And then some officers just get soft. They get conned. They develop relationships with these guys and then forget where they are. They forget that they're in prison and they forget that the guy that they're talking to is an inmate and it's just a part of the game. And especially female officers. Female officers end up cheating on their husbands, end up having sex with some of these guys. It's so much stuff. And then they end up getting in trouble themselves, lose their career, go to jail, stuff like that. It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy.
That's interesting. So this is a male prison, right? Or are there females in there too?
Well, the females have their own block.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So there's a male and female block in Cook County Jail, but there's also female prison guards who interact or.
Oh yeah, they're female prison they're correction officers or officers as we call them. It's different depending on what state you're in, but in Cook County we're all deputy sheriffs, so they're deputies or they're officers. We would call officers.
And so you know stories personally where they were having sex with some of the inmates?
Man, I know people who I used to be in roll call with. The next thing you know, they're getting arrested. It's crazy. Either bringing something in for the inmates, allowing drugs or whatever, or bringing things that they shouldn't have, giving them cell phones, bringing knives, bringing them a gun into the jail. What else is there? Bringing them shoes and stuff like that, having sex with these guys, getting arrested, and now they're getting processed, and then now you seeing that person. I was like, wow, what did you do?
All right, we gotta pause.
Yeah.
So there's situations you've seen where the cops are bringing guns inside of the jail for the inmates.
Well, I didn't see the officer bring the gun, but when an inmate has a gun on the inside, how else? We have so many checks before you walk past that second door to check your weapon. So the only way an inmate can have a gun is if someone bought it for him, bought it in there for him.
Yeah, whoever's got a, whatever inmate has the gun in that jail probably has all the power if they're the only one in there with a gun. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I guess I think what's more powerful is what did he say to that person to get them to bring a gun? You know, because I always thought that that was the biggest weapon is if you have the brain in the mouth where you could con a person out of their career. It's like, wow, you know, you could do a whole lot more damage than a gun.
Did anybody die or get murdered while you were there?
Yeah, unfortunately. I had a bad feeling that something was going to happen. It was the same day that you guys had that accident.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so I was driving down the Dan Ryan Expressway. I guess I was on my way to the jail. I had my
You were in the car. You had your uniform on. Same day as when me, mom, and I forgot who else was in the car. Maybe my brother Josh got into an accident. And you're talking about the time that somebody basically was murdered or died in the prison.
Actually, it was all of you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all of you. You and all your siblings. And the good thing, you guys were in a Dodge Durango, and I'll never forget that guy blew through a red light, and his car was totaled, and you guys barely had a scratch. It was like maybe a little dent on the side of the Durango. So, but anyway, God was looking out for my family, so I definitely appreciated that. But actually, when I went to the jail that night, I remember getting a call. And when I got that call, it was like there was all available officers to report to the jail. And so whenever they call it all available, it means just like if you see all police responding to a police shooting or officer down or something like that, it's the same thing. It's all law enforcement has to respond to protect that officer. So when I got that call, of course, I'm speeding there. I get there, and the incident was over. But now we needed to do a crime scene investigation or to at least protect the crime scene. And so what happened was there was a gang fight where the Latin Kings had a fight with, I don't know who it was. I'm not sure if it was disciples or vice lords or something like that, whatever it was. But anyway, someone got stabbed and someone got killed. And I remember going around to do a head count to make sure we wasn't missing anyone. And I remember I had steel-toed shoes on, and my sole was really thick. I think my sole was maybe about a half an inch or so. And I remember the blood in that cell coming to the top of my sole. I remember that. Yeah. But that's just one incident. There are many incidents where fights will break out, where guys will you'll see just 4 or 5 guys just teeing off on somebody, or you will see 4 gangs just go at it. It's like soldiers against soldiers, army against army. You'll see that.